What's up, everyone? Joel from Cornerstone Manufacturing here. Just gonna get started on my personal build. I wanted to document this for any of those interested. Stuff for Rubbermount Sportsters is a little scarce. I mean, the information's out there and everything, but not a lot of people do them. I happened to buy my Sportster back in 2016. It's a 2012 Sportster 72. I didn't really know the direction that I was going to be taking, or rather the direction that motorcycles would have taken me. My love just transpired for choppers, and it's been downhill ever since then. So I'm going to show you what I got so far. Here is the frame of it. Lead Sled Customs weld-on hardtail for 04 and up Sportsters. Disclaimer, I bought this one secondhand. I bought it used. But I can't speak whether it was on behalf of Lead Sled or the previous owner. Not really sure. But that hardtail sucked to weld on. It fit great along the bottom, but up top it was absolutely terrible. It was almost as if the upper legs just weren't long enough. If I would have moved the bottom up any further, it was just going to push this further into the cavity where the motor goes. So it was just a lose-lose. So did what I could, made it fit down at the bottom, pushed and pulled and pried and tacked and everything, and got it to sit pretty good. I mean, at the end of the day, everything's going to be covered. You know, skim coat of Bondo, just make it look all pretty and painted, so you really won't be able to tell. But while I had everything bare, I went ahead and smoothed up any parts that were a little rough on it. From the factory, the welds are pretty ugly on these things. I mean, you know, they're covered up, so what's it matter if it's got ugly welds? Filled any holes, like stock gas tank mount was right here. Filled that in, smoothed it out. Did that with a couple of other things too, just to try and clean the factory frame up because they're pretty ugly. But what I'm actually going to do is, since I've already got it this far, just for any future projects, I'm going to go ahead and 3D scan all of this and come up with models for the motor mounts and everything like that. And then I'm eventually going to be producing rubber mount frames. Custom order to your spec, you know, whatever someone wants. Just because the market is a little slim on it, and I want to bring my own flavor to it. So that's what I'm going to be doing with that. Here is the motor. I went ahead and got rid of all my fuel injection stuff. I planned on carb swap. Once I really got into it and I figured out what I liked, it was a no-brainer for me to go ahead and just want to carb swap it. Simplicity of wiring. I don't have to deal with, you know, trying to hide a bunch of stuff. I think I actually, yeah. If you own a fuel-injected Sportster, you know that this is just, it's where it belongs. Also this, it's where it all belongs. So, bare motor, CV carb for now. I'll eventually swap it out for Electron, but just to get me going, I'm happy to run a CV. Probably going to be putting a Thunderheart ignition in it. Heard a lot of good things about it. Spoke to a lot of people that haven't had any issues on it. And not to mention, they're a Tennessee company just like me, so it's great. I got a stack of stuff over here, my fork tubes and everything. I've been shaving my lower legs. I'm probably still going to run my stock gas tank, but I'm going to be cutting the tunnel out and making it more of a low tunnel tank. Normal tanks that would fit on a solid mount Sportster won't work on a rubber mount. That's due to the backbone of the frame being 2.5 inches diameter or something. Something stupid. While the older Sportsters are smaller and thus can fit, you know, a variety of tanks. So just to save myself some trouble, I'm just going to modify my stock gas tank, make it work. I like the stock gas tank. I think it fits. That's if I was going to get an aftermarket tank, that'd be the exact one I'd get, just different tunnel. So I'm just going to modify mine, make it work, because that's how we do. So yeah, that's just a little update on my Sportster. As I progress with it, I'm going to be making little episodes. I've got plans for it. I want to do some slight molding to it. That's something that's always really intrigued me, was the molding that they used to do back in the 60s and 70s. So that's something that I'm wanting to do to mine, just to you know, get my foot in the door with that type of stuff a little bit. But I will be documenting the whole thing and putting it out there. If anybody has any questions or anything like that, drop a comment, and let's get the party started. I'll see y'all down the road.